92.5.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Moving 92.5. Brooke and Jubal's second date update.
We're doing a second date update today on a date that never actually happened.
Oh.
Somebody got stood up, and they want to see why. Lily is on the phone with us right now. Lily actually took a huge step. I can't even believe that she would ask this person out. She asked her doctor out on a date.
Whoa. Wait,
That's... I've never had a doctor that I wanted to ask out on a date. I mean, I'm into rich, successful people, so I don't know why. I mean, but most of them have been males.
Yeah.
But I still asked them out on a date anyway. I don't care. But I've never actually, I've thought about that. I'm like, that would be really awkward, though, because they know your medical history. They know all about your germs, and you're like, hey, so what do you think about you and me going out? Lily, how are you?
Hi, guys. I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Okay.
That takes a lot
You're brave.
of guts to ask out your doctor.
I know.
Can I just ask what kind of doctor it is?
He's a foot doctor, so he really didn't know that much about me,
Okay.
and I was never naked in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah, except
right.
you wanted to
I
be.
know.
He's like, yeah, let's take a look at your foot. You're like, oh, clothes all completely nude, right? All the clothes need to come up.
Yeah.
So you went to a podiatrist, thought he was
I
cute.
went to the podiatrist, and I went to him maybe twice before, 3 times. I can't remember. There was a consultation and then 2 other times.
How'd you
Okay.
do it? How'd you ask him out?
So I went for a visit, and I always thought he was cute, and I noticed he never wore a wedding ring, but I was too embarrassed to ask him in person, so I left a note for him at the front desk.
Okay.
Oh, God, like a
Yeah.
secretary.
Well,
Do you
I
like
can
me?
understand doing that because it would be weird. Even if it's a podiatrist and they don't know much about you, it's still, I feel like it'd be strange. It's just the two of you.
And in their little office, it's
Yeah.
so sterile in there.
So you left a note and he actually texted you. That's what your email said.
Yeah, I left a note. I tried to keep it casual. I'm like, hey, Dr. I don't want to be unprofessional, but I just saw you. I just visited you. And you're very cute. And I don't know if you're single or interested. You don't have a wedding ring on, but would you like to get a drink sometime? And I left my phone number.
Oh, that's
Wow.
good. Okay,
That's
I was a
actually
little
good.
worried that it might have been confusing for him. Like he thought you might want another appointment.
Yeah.
So he did text you back, obviously.
He texted me he said he was very flattered. He'd love to get a drink. What time? So that was encouraging.
Oh my God, I would have squealed if I got that text.
A doctor!
It felt like a win for sure.
Yeah.
So he said, I'm flattered. What time? And then I wrote back, great. And then he said, how about this Friday for a happy hour at this place near his office? So I was super stoked. I was ready. And then his assistant called me.
On Friday? Like the day of the date?
Yeah, that Friday. And she said, there's been a scheduling conflict. He has to be at the hospital. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. Doctors are busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Were you actually at the place you were supposed to meet when you got the call?
I was there already. So, yeah,
Oh,
I was
no.
there a few minutes early before we were supposed to meet. And so she called me. So that was kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that
Right.
sucks.
Right. You had gotten all dressed up and ready for it.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? That's understandable. I get it. He's a super busy guy.
Was it weird at all that he never called you, that it was just his assistant?
That did feel impersonal.
Right.
And I also felt weird because now the assistant knows that I'm going on a date with the doctor. And then, what if I go there the next time and now she knows that I'm,
Right.
So that felt a little invasive.
Yeah.
Okay. Now your email says that his assistant rescheduled the date for the next day. So did you meet him?
I did not, because the next morning, which was Saturday, I got a text from him saying, I'm so sorry, I double booked. I'll let you know in the future when we can get together.
Mm-hmm.
So I was really mad.
Yeah, ditched twice.
And that's all you've heard from him?
That's all I've heard. The last thing, I texted him back from that and said, okay, looking forward to it. And it's been a week, so I haven't heard from him.
So he blew you off, definitely.
100%.
And that sucks because he never had to text you in the first place. You could have left your information and he could have just let it go.
Right. So I thought from the very first text he was interested. He could have said, I don't feel comfortable with this.
Right.
I don't date patients.
Yeah.
Why did he agree?
Have you tried to get a hold of him after any of that, have you texted him and asked?
I mean, enough. I don't want to be a loser about it, but I'm just curious, like, why? Why would you reschedule, and then nothing?
Do you want to get a second date, or do you want to just find out what happened?
I mean, at this point, I think it would be awkward to go, but I don't know. I guess I'm still open.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Well,
you'd be foolish not to go out on a date with him.
And it's your podiatrist. I mean, how many times are you really going to see him again?
That's true. My problem's almost fixed anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like
Maybe that's it. Maybe he wasn't impressed with your arches. The more he thought about it, it's like, no, I can't date a woman like that. All right, well, we're going to play a song, come back, call him, see if we can get him on the phone.
Brooke and Jubal in the mornings. Second date update.
All right, Lily, you about ready to do your second date update?
Yep.
Lily, if you're just tuning in, wants us to call a guy named Benjamin. Benjamin is a doctor. Lily actually had the nerve to ask her doctor out. He's a podiatrist. He ended up texting her back to meet up, but canceled on her that same day, saying that he was busy, rescheduled for the next day, and then canceled on her again. And that's all she's heard from him. Lily, I'm going to think that you don't do the second date update. I don't want you to get another date with this guy.
Why?
Because he's a podiatrist. I looked up the average salary for a podiatrist. It's like $179K a year. I don't think he makes enough money for a doctor for you, Lily. I think you need to set your sights higher, maybe at like a dentist or something. Those guys make like at least $300,000-$400,000. Okay.
Oh, gosh.
I like how you think.
Yeah.
You still want to call him?
I'm curious. What's up? What happened?
All right, we're gonna give him a call right now. See if we can get him on the phone. Okay.
Thanks.
Here we go.
Hello.
Hi, I was looking for Benjamin.
Yes.
Hey, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh. I'm not sure what that is.
I like Benjamin. I like how you tried to pretend like you did for a second. I appreciate that. Host a morning radio show, Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Nice.
Have you heard of us at all?
No, I don't really listen to a lot of radio.
Okay. Well, you're a doctor. I know you're a busy guy. I can't expect you to listen to our show every morning. So.
How'd you know I was a doctor?
Oh, because you recently went on a date with one of our listeners, and she asked us to call you.
Really? Wow.
Well, I guess I should correct myself, Benjamin, Dr. Benjamin. You didn't actually go on a date with her. You scheduled 2 dates with her and then blew her off. Her name is Lily. She's one of your patients. She asked you out. She told us all about how you scheduled some time to meet up, to hang out, and then canceled on her, said you were busy, then did it again the next day. So she emailed us asking if we could call you and find out why.
I don't know why I would tell you any of that.
I can understand that.
It's a good point.
It's a little jarring to have a radio show call you out of the blue and ask questions about your personal life.
Yeah, how do I even know you're really a radio show?
I can send you out our website.
Yeah, because everybody who has a website's real.
Yeah. Well, no, Lily wants to know if she did something wrong. She really wanted to go out with you, was excited about the date. So why would you tell us? I guess just to maybe show her the respect?
She didn't do anything wrong. I mean, it's not the first time that a patient has asked out a doctor.
Okay.
Or vice versa, I'm sure.
Okay, so we can tell her that she didn't do anything wrong. That's her main concern, is she's trying to figure out why you would blow her off twice.
It was my boneheaded mistake, and I feel really bad about it.
What boneheaded mistake is it?
It's just so stupid.
Can you just tell us? You don't have to go into crazy detail, but we want to give her an answer. She's curious.
Okay.
You left her kind of hanging.
Essentially, my assistant called me over to her desk to tell me that that she rescheduled with Lily, and I was confused. I said, "Lily, who?" And then she pointed out what patient it was, and I thought it was someone else. I thought it was another patient. I saw probably about 5 patients between her and when I saw the note.
Are you
I mean,
serious?
it was just really bad timing.
All right, so Lily was not the girl that you actually wanted to meet up with.
No, I was definitely a little more interested in Janelle. Even then, it's still awkward.
Yeah,
So I shouldn't
okay.
even talk to you about this on the phone.
But what?
Well, I appreciate you at least being honest with us. Yeah. Thank you.
Right.
I should also let you know now that I haven't been completely honest with you.
What do you mean by that?
I mean that Lily is actually on the phone.
What?
Lily?
Hello.
Hey.
That was not what I thought he was going to say. I'm embarrassed.
Look, I'm really sorry. I didn't want, that's not. It was just bad timing. I wish you just gave the note to me.
So he would have known who it was.
I would have seen your face. Oh my gosh!
The bottom line, Lily, is the doctor, the good doctor, did not want to see you. He wanted to see somebody else.
I got that.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you couldn't just say I mixed it up and I thought you were somebody else,
Look, when you were waiting at the restaurant, I really was with another appointment that came in. So that would have, even if you were Janelle, that would have happened to Janelle too.
Does not make her feel better.
I just don't understand why guys think it's okay for the radio silence. Like, I don't understand why they just disappear instead of having an intelligent correspondent saying, hey, there was a mix-up. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I thought that you were somebody. I don't know, but to go without.
I'm sorry.
hearing-
I'm very busy, and I thought I would hurt your feelings less if it just went away. And
No, that's not how women work. I know you have a lot of women after you, obviously, but if you knew that women appreciated someone who was upfront, that's a lot less cruel. It's kind of nice to hear, a reason or to just not hear anything.
Lily, you left a note with no name on it randomly on the desk. I see a good 20 patients a day. So, this is kind of your fault for not being upfront with me about who you were.
You're right. It's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for even going out on a limb. And
I actually was afraid that it was
really me.
one of my male.
My gosh.
For a minute, I thought it was one of my male patients, but then I put that out of my mind.
Got everyone after you. You're so, oh my God, you're such a hit.
That would have been awesome if we called you, Benjamin, and you're like, no, I found out it was Lily. I was thinking it was Jared instead of Janelle.
That actually probably make Lily feel a little bit better about the whole situation.
That would make me feel better.
Again, I'm really sorry. I didn't want to do this. I don't go around trying to hurt people's feelings. I'm just not that guy. I'm a nice guy. I'm going to make it up to you, and I will give you a free exam.
Oh, Benjamin. That's a joke, right?
That's awesome.
You're joking.
No, you are a loser. Are you serious?
That's like $150. That's better than a date.
I'm never coming back to your office. I don't want you touching any part of me.
Oh.
I thought it was a generous offer. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Good luck with your perceptions, because you're off, man.
How many girls does this actually work on?
I'm a doctor. You do the math.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about,
just
Benji.
Throw that down.
Hey,
Ben.
at this point, I would love to ask you, Benjamin, would you go out on a second date with Lily? I know you offered her a free exam, but would you actually go out on a second date? I know you don't need the money, Doc, but we'll pay for it.
There's no way in hell that I'm doing that.
Well, Lily, you don't even know if he said yes yet.
I respect myself too much.
Come on, Lily.
Oh, yeah.
Just one more date.
Yeah, just go see Dr. Creepy one more time.
He's not for me.
No?
Yeah.
I'm glad I know that.
But he's a doctor. You heard him.
Gross.
He's a podiatrist.
Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Second date update.
We have a guy on the phone right now for a second date update named Trent. And Trent got a text from the girl he went out with that would put fear into the hearts of single men everywhere.
Oh, no.
She texted him and admitted, Trent, I'm late.
Oh, no!
So,
Crazy scared.
Wait, that's what you guys go to?
Don't answer.
Trent,
Block.
I
Do not
mean,
reply.
congratulations on the new addition.
What?
But, wow, what a way to start a relationship. I mean,
First date?
I know.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh, my God. Now he's the night and he's the father?
Yeah, I mean, you knocked her up night one? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what your producer told you, but that's not the case at all.
Oh, my God. It does sound like you're having a panic attack.
It says that you got a text from her that said, I'm late.
Yeah, I got a text that she was late because I was at the restaurant and she hadn't shown up yet.
Oh,
God.
that kind of late.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Jeffrey.
You needed to be more clear in your email,
Did
I
he?
think.
I mean,
that's where my head goes.
how late is late?
So she was about 45 minutes late, but I was starving. I kind of ran around all day. So my move was to order a dinner and shovel it in quick before she got there. And
That's a move. That is definitely a move.
Dinner?
No, wait, before we get too far, wait. Before we get too far, what's her name?
Danny.
Danny. And how'd you meet her? Is she an online date?
Yeah, I met her on Tinder.
Okay. So I'm sorry. Go back to your shoveling food in your face.
So she was going to run about 45 minutes late. I got there about 15 minutes before we were supposed to meet. So I thought, for sure, I can get 2 meals in because I was starving. I didn't eat. So I ordered a chicken parm. I didn't get any pasta. I just ordered the chicken parm.
What?
And I'm in the middle of shoveling it in, and I'm like, I'm almost done. And she walked in.
Oh, no!
Oh my God, why did you even risk it? Go with an appetizer like a normal person. That's what they're
The
for.
appetizers never fill you up. Oh, God, I was starving.
You could have just rescheduled for another day if she's going to show up an hour after you. Like,
It was like 45 minutes, but it was fine.
Wait, what did she say when she sees an almost finished chicken parm on your plate?
She was a little bit taken back. She was like, well, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, I knew you were going to be late, so I just wanted to get a little snack in me before you got here.
It's a whole dinner plate.
And she's like, that's like a dinner. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm okay. I can eat again. I'm starving. I didn't eat all day. So she kind of blew it off, and I kind of was like, gave the waiter back the plate, and then we kind of started and got a glass of wine. And
Let's try again.
so how
Restart.
did second dinner go?
good. I had a risotto with some scallops.
Oh my God, you really honestly ate another meal?
Yeah, I didn't have a lot of risotto, but I did enjoy the scallops.
That is, I will say, I'll give you props. That is dedication to the date because
Yeah.
I'm not even a woman who like worries about like ordering a salad or whatever. But it is weird to sit down and eat with someone who's not going to eat. Okay.
Also, are you rich? Because 2 dinners, that's expensive, dog.
Yeah, she had to pick up the tab.
No. I picked up the tab.
All right. So tell us about Danny.
Yeah.
What's she like?
So she's awesome. You know, it was a little bit awkward at first. But
Yeah.
She had this great hair. It like bounced.
Just one of the hairs was great?
No. The whole head of hair was good.
That's nice.
I think that's awesome.
When she moved, like it looked like it was like in slow motion or something. It was pretty cool.
I've always
Like a
been jealous
model.
of those people for sure.
Yeah, it was like bouncy. Like you heard music when she was moving her hair. I was like, wow.
It's like a commercial.
And that's a really nice compliment too. Like a woman would appreciate a compliment like that. Did you tell her?
Yeah, no, I told her. Like her hair has a really great, cool bounce to it. I told her straight up.
Yeah.
Nice
Yeah,
bounce on
yeah,
that
like a
hair.
basketball head. It's really bouncy.
Well, I mean, so far it sounds like the date's going great.
Yeah. So we had dinner. I was like, do you want to go? We were going to go to like another bar and just have a drink. And she was like, well, I kind of have to meet some friends. And I was like, kind of stinks. So I just leaned over and kissed her.
Ooh.
And then after I kissed her, she was like, well, maybe we can have a drink.
Oh.
Dang.
That means you're a good kisser, bro.
Ooh, that
Yeah.
means that there is chemistry between you two.
My lips don't lie. I got some good lips.
My
Yeah.
lips don't lie.
Probably still some had risotto on
Yeah.
there. She was like,
Yeah.
Gross.
I had scallop and risotto breath, but she didn't mind.
Oh,
good for
So-
you, Trent.
What'd you guys do?
We decided to just, we were going to go back to my place and just have a drink.
Oh.
And then she was like, oh, I kind of feel bad. I blew off my friends, whatever. And I was like, all right. It was our first date, so I didn't want to push too much. And
Right.
I was pretty happy that we kissed and I got her back to my place. So I was like, this is going to work, eventually or soon.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm going to go meet up with my friend. And then I was like, well, let's get together again. She's like, absolutely. And now I'm out in Never Never Land, and I haven't heard from her.
what? The
That is
nothing?
crazy.
That sounds great.
I don't know. I was thinking maybe because the 2 dinners, but I thought we got past that. And then I brought her back to my place, so maybe it was messy.
You have to be really dirty to turn a woman off.
I get
Like
girls at my place.
moldy dishes dirty.
No. I got a dishwasher. No.
Okay.
All right, so how many times have you tried to get a hold of her since your date?
3 or 4.
Dude, that's a bummer, too. Like, I want you to have another date.
Yeah, me too. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to play a song. We'll come back. Maybe you can squeeze a meal in before we come back.
I will.
And
Have
then
some hard-boiled eggs on me. I'm gonna...
Perfect. All right, stuff them all in there, and then we'll call Danny for you and try and get a second date update, okay?
Perfect.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in for today's second date update, we've got Trent on the phone. And Trent's pretty much the manliest dude we've ever had on this show.
Really?
He can pack away 2 dinners in a single sitting. He appreciates a good bouncy set of hair.
Oh.
And he can make a woman ditch her friends with one steamy hot kiss.
That's true.
When you put it that way, Jeffrey, you bring up very good points.
Right? I can practically smell the testosterone coming through the phone, Trent.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
You know.
Smells like a T-bone steak deep fried in motor oil.
That sounds lip-smacking great.
Oh, my God.
Oh, there it
There's
is.
too much chest hair in this room for me to handle right now. Hey, Trent, what do you think it is? Why do you think she's not calling you?
It can't be the double dinner because she came back to my place, so she got through that. But, I mean, I guess my place must have had to have been dirty or something. I think that may be why.
I think you're right. I mean, it wasn't the kiss.
Yeah, but there wasn't another kiss after that. Not a good sign.
It's very confusing.
Okay,
so
let's find out.
yeah, let's figure out what the real answer is. We're going to dial the phone number for you right now, okay?
Great.
All right, here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Danny, please?
This is she?
Hi, Danny. My name's Young Jeffrey. I work on the radio.
Brag more.
Well, I'm just trying to give her some context. It's a radio show.
Hi, Danny.
I'm sorry, what? Who's this?
Sorry.
Well, we do a radio show, Danny, and we have a listener who knows you.
I don't understand what's going on.
Yeah, I'll explain. We're doing something on the show called a second date update. Basically, if you go out on a date with someone and that person isn't calling you back, we'll give them a call and try and figure out a reason why.
Okay, weird, but
confusing.
whatever.
It could be a really good thing, Danny.
Because we're calling on behalf of one of our listeners named Trent.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That's not good.
Wait, so this is the radio.
Yep, just catching on now.
And Trent contacted us, and now we're contacting you to figure out why you're not calling him back.
Did you like him?
You know what? I feel like really weird right now. Do I have to do this?
Yes.
No.
Legally, you're obligated,
Yeah, you
or
answered
we
the call.
will sue you.
He's right. You answered. You gotta say it.
You don't have to do it, but you've got to look at it from Trent's perspective. Like in his mind, you guys went on an awesome date. You shared a fantastic kiss. And then he thought for sure you'd be hanging out, and all of a sudden you're ghosting him.
Is there a reason that you're doing that?
Yeah, I just don't want to embarrass him.
Oh, he's fine with that.
You know, why would he be
Yeah.
embarrassed?
Yeah.
Well, because I don't know if he knows what I saw.
What you saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I liked him. I don't know if you know what we did. You know.
I don't know if we know what he knows that he told us that we don't know.
Okay.
But I know that we want to know.
Yes.
I mean, I think, Danny, what you need to understand is Trent listens to our show, and he knows that sometimes there's embarrassing information that's revealed during our second dates.
Right.
So he's prepared to
Okay.
hear whatever.
I mean, I liked him, like I said, and I mean, we kissed, but I saw something at his place that I don't want to talk about. It was really scary to me.
Scary?
Yeah, it really freaked me out. And
You have a ghost?
You know,
Oh, a ghost.
well, you know, usually if I go back to somebody's place, I excuse myself to the restroom first so I can scout it out. It's sort of like what I like to do. And not that I'm a snooper, but it's just important for me to get the lay of the land and get to know okay, what's this person about?
What kind of medications are they on? What diseases do they have?
Yeah, for sure.
So you snooped and you must have found something.
What'd you find?
I walked by his bedroom, and he had 3 tripods set up around his bed.
Like cameras?
Yeah, like tripods for cameras.
What?
Okay, it was some really, really, really freaky
Yeah, set it up around his bed?
Yo, one is a lot.
So I was just like, you know what? Let me get the F out of there. Because I don't know if it's like he's involved in like the adult film industry or whatever, but
And what, that would be a turnoff to you?
Yes,
yeah.
Well, I
But
don't know.
my girlfriends were like, run.
Yeah, I agree. I would tell you to get the hell out, too. 3 tripods?
Even weirder, what if it
Yeah,
isn't
3.
kinky? Like, what else could he be doing in his bedroom?
Exactly. I'm like, why do you have 3 tripods? So it just, I was like, you know, I'm not into freaky, weird like that, and I'm out of there. So I was really polite, and I got out of there.
Ooh.
I don't blame you at all.
Well,
Dude, come on.
don't you think there could be an explanation?
Eh.
I don't even need to know it. It just freaks me out, and I'm like, nope, that's it. That's the end of that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Danny, maybe you don't want to know, but I know everybody in this room wants to.
Oh,
so
man.
I'm just going to tell you that he is on the other line listening. And
Hey, what's up, Danny? It's Trent.
Oh my God, you have been listening? What? Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah. Yep.
yep.
Yeah, Trent, this doesn't help your case at all, I will say.
Start explaining, Trent.
Well, it does sound really odd the way she put it, but I mean, I didn't say anything to her, but
Do you really have 3 tripods set up around your bed?
let me explain.
That's a yes.
Yes, I do, but can I explain, please?
Sure.
Okay.
No, I think that's really weird, and it's so weird. You did. Why am I on the f***ing radio right now?
Danny, I think we need to hear him out.
Yeah, I don't want to talk over everybody, so.
You mean like the porn star director? Yeah, no thanks.
Hold on. Go ahead. It's your turn, bro. Trent.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Now, if she asked me or looked specifically at the things, one camera's pointed at the alarm clock. One camera's pointing at the light. One camera's pointing at about the area where my head is, where I sleep, because I'm doing a documentary on sleep.
Oh, come on.
So a porn guy wouldn't have a camera pointing at a clock or a lamp and then a pillowcase.
Oh, yeah, you would know, wouldn't you, Trent? You know exactly what a porn guy would have.
Well, hold on. That does make
Please.
sense.
You just automatically believe him?
So if I was filming movies, would I want to bring her back to my house?
If you're filming adult movies, that's exactly why you would want to bring her back to your house.
Oh, God. It's not the case at all. I'm doing a sleep study, and I'm
can
filming
see
it.
that.
It's like my own documentary.
Oh, that whole time we were talking, and I was asking, like, what else are you involved in? What else do you like to do? And you never once said, oh, I'm doing a docu-series on sleep patterns or whatever you just said.
Because it's just not really something I talk about. It's a little odd.
He doesn't want to brag.
No, I mean,
it
I
is
will
odd.
say, okay, Danny, to his credit, I will say he came up with a reason for it immediately. He didn't have to stop and think about it. Trent, can she see any of your work that you've done?
Yeah, I have like the last 30 nights of my sleep. I mean, it's pretty boring, but I mean, we have to cut it all together and stuff. But
Well, yeah, the first part of those things usually are boring, but then the pizza guy comes, and then the documentary gets real interesting.
The day comes back, and all of a sudden, oh, this is your place?
Danny.
Yeah, I don't really know if I get that or buy all that.
Danny, listen,
I
I'll show you. I'll show you the project. Like, I'm not the pervert like you guys are portraying me to be.
No,
Yeah, Danny, he'll show you his project if you show him yours.
that's not what he
Jeff
means.
is not helping.
So, Danny, I think Trent does sound like a pretty legit guy.
I think everybody in this room believes Trent. I think that you need to give him a second shot.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not sure about this.
Well, maybe you should watch his porn actor docuseries, and you can tell whether or not you want to do it.
Okay, you know what? I think I'm out.
No, he's joking. Jeff's joking.
Stop, Jeff.
Danny.
I can't stop myself. I'm just too
Why can't you
dang funny.
stop? Danny, it's a sleep documentary. Come on, if Trent emails you the link to see whatever boring video he's doing, he's obviously not making money for a reason,
they're
okay?
dating.
All right. If he sends me the link and if it's like on Vimeo or something, and I'll watch, if that's what he's really been doing.
I can do that.
So, if you're willing to, we will pay for you guys to go out on a second date, and you can watch the documentary together.
I will watch it, and then I will decide if I'll do the date.
Oh, okay. But if the documentary goes well, we want royalties off that thing. Too.
Yeah, dude, I'm down for that.
Gross, do not give me any credits in it. I don't want any credits.
I'm trying to sleep. Let's do this.
I want a guest appearance.
No, Danny, I really want you to watch the film.
I'll give it a shot.
Trent's probably freaking out right now, thinking like, damn, I gotta get home and film myself sleeping for 3 hours so I can send it to her.
I wish people would take my advice and stop trying so hard. Like, try just hard enough. Like with everything gets better when you stop trying. Like, I used to really try to do a good job at radio and everything else, but once I stopped caring, show's ratings are better than ever. Like, once you just give up and don't try so hard, things get good. And Doug is on the phone with us right now, and I think that's his problem on his first date with a girl named Rachel who he met online. He tried way too hard by showing up with flowers. That's not the bad part, but making a list of the 10 things that you liked about her, Doug, and then reading it to her at dinner. Probably a turnoff.
Probably at this point.
You meant well. But unfortunately, since your date, all you've been getting is one-word answers from her and no second date. So we're about to call her, see if we can get her on the phone, and then ask her if it was the list of the 10 favorite things about Rachel that turned her off and is making her not want to go out with you again.
Doug, why don't you just scrap this one and start new? I mean, you haven't dated in a year. Maybe you need to get a couple other dates under your belt. I mean, why is it so important for you to get a second date with this girl?
It's kind of two reasons. I really like her, and I want to prove that I'm not a nervous weirdo loser. I mean, I think that I let my nerves get the best of me, probably because I hadn't been on a date in a long time, you know?
You want a do-over, second chance.
Yeah, a second first shot.
All right. Well, I'm going to dial the number right now and see if we can get her on the phone, okay?
Okay.
All right, man, hang on.
Hello,
Hi, is Rachel there?
this is Rachel.
Rachel, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, what?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning, the radio show.
A radio show?
Yes. It is a morning show,
Uh-huh.
and we're calling you to see if you'll come on the air with us for a few seconds and talk to us.
Why?
Because you recently went out with a listener of ours.
I did?
Yeah. And he emailed us and wanted us to call you and ask why you're not going out with him on a second date.
Okay.
His name is Doug, and I'm sure you probably remember Doug because I'm assuming he's one of the only dates you could have gone on that made a list of things that he likes about you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know Doug.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so Doug emailed us, right? And he told us about your date, said that he had a great time with you, but since your date, he's been getting like one-word responses from you, and it's obvious that you don't want to go out with him again. But Doug really wants to see you and is wondering if he did something wrong when you two went out, and if you wouldn't mind telling us what that is.
He's fine. He was a nice guy. He's just a little different.
Was he too much? Maybe came on too strong, too quickly?
No, I mean, it wasn't that. It was just, if you guys talk to him, can you just let him know that I said thanks so much for the date and that he's a really nice guy?
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk to him about this whole thing, and I appreciate you staying on the phone with us. I do. I just want to ask you, because he told us about everything, and he feels really bad about making a list of the 10 things that he liked about you. Doug, I don't know if he shared with you, hasn't been out on a date in a long time, so he's a little out of practice. You made him nervous because he likes you a lot. Was it the list?
I mean, the list was weird. It was definitely one of my more awkward moments on a date.
Okay.
But, yeah, it was nerves and it was fine and I understood. And that was okay. That wasn't the main problem.
Okay, well, do you mind telling us what the main problem is? Doug wants to know.
I don't want to come off as sounding, like, weird and rude and petty, but he kept making really weird faces, like a nervous tick almost, like, I don't know, like Tourette's of the face. It's so hard to explain. It was so weird, and I wanted to ask if there was something wrong with him, but I felt it was too rude to do that.
Yeah, that's understandable. Hey, what's wrong with your face?
Exactly. And, I mean, he was so sweet, and he was clearly so nervous, and he's a good person. I really couldn't see myself doing that.
We don't know much about Doug other than he listens to the show, and he seems like a nice guy when we talk to him. Is it obvious that he has a facial tic, or do you think Like, what do you think he was doing with his face that made you so uncomfortable?
Honestly, you guys, I have no idea. It was so weird.
What did it look like?
Like he was in pain. Like every once in a while, it would do this weird, like, grimace thing. But it was just, like, totally random. Like, nothing was going on.
Did you ask him if he was okay? Like, if he was honestly in pain, or?
I did never feel like there was a right time to do that, because it was always kind of in the middle of stuff happening, and all of a sudden he would just throw this face, and I'd be like, but it can't be like that, because that'd be really horrible and rude.
Oh, we got the faces back.
Rachel.
Oh my God! I'm sorry. I can't take it anymore. I have to interject here.
Hey, Rachel, that's Doug. He's actually on the other line.
Oh God!
Hey, Rachel.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God, this is so embarrassing.
Are you okay? I mean, really? I can ask you now because I'm not sitting in front of you, but are you okay?
Well, I had a surgical procedure recently, and I thought I was doing a really good job at, like, concealing it, but I was actually in a lot of pain.
What?
And I was, I guess I was just so taken in with you that I was trying really hard to ignore the pain that I was actually in.
Doug, what kind of surgery did you have?
Well, I had a really kind of unfortunate bicycle accident.
Okay.
And so embarrassing to be doing this on the radio. I basically injured myself downstairs.
You had surgery on it?
Yeah. I was mountain biking with my buddy, and I went off a little jump, and it just landed wrong.
Doug, you were...
man, that sucks. I'm sorry, dude.
You were talking to her for weeks. Why didn't you just wait?
Well, because she's so wonderful, and I know that if I waited, that someone else would just snatch her up.
Rachel, are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What do you think about that? It wasn't a weird face thing that it's a weird something else that he has making his face do that.
Oh, geez. That's awful, and I cannot believe you went through a whole date without saying anything. If you were in that much pain, that's crazy.
I was really just trying to focus on the great time that I was having and that I thought we were having.
You are so sweet, but please don't, sacrifice your body for a date.
Rachel, what if Doug would have said, hey, let's go out maybe a couple weeks from now because I got some problems, some strained muscles down south. You would have been pretty understanding about that, wouldn't you?
I mean, I probably would want to know a little bit more about what's going on and, the long-term effects and all that stuff. But, I mean, yeah, don't, throw yourself under the bus on someone else's behalf. That's crazy.
But you're so great, I thought it was worth it.
Doug, is everything going to be working in the future in that department? I'm just looking out for her best interest. That's all.
Yes, the doctor said that I'd be back to 100% in another month or two.
Oh, look at
all right.
So you'll have to take things slow if you guys continue to date.
So, Rachel, would you like to go out with Doug again, knowing what you just learned? We'll pay for a second date if you give him another shot.
Only if he's well enough to go.
Okay. Doug, are you well enough to go on a second date, or do you need a couple more weeks?
I'm good to sit at dinner and things like that, taking it slow, but we couldn't probably do
I think
more.
we know what you're saying, Doug. All right. Well, congratulations, and we'll send you guys out on a second date for some dinner. Yes. We'll pay for it, and then anything else is up to you guys and Doug's timeline.
Rachel, I'm so happy. Thanks for giving me another shot. I will definitely make it up to you.
Yeah, he'll make it up to you in about 6 to 8 weeks. Practice makes perfect with pretty much everything you do, right?
Yeah, that's true.
That's why if you haven't been out on a date in a long time and you don't have a lot of practice, you're probably going to screw it up.
I see what you mean.
And that's what Doug thinks he did with his first date with a girl named Rachel that he met online. He's on the phone with us right now to do a second date. And apparently Doug hasn't been out on a date in a long time and thinks that maybe his nerves got the best of him. What's up, Doug? How are you?
I'm pretty good. How's everybody over there?
Not too bad, man.
Doug.
So how long has it been, first of all, since you went out with an actual woman?
It's been close to a year.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's been a long time because I got out of a rather long relationship and was just waiting for the right girl and the right time.
So you met this girl, Rachel, online that you want to call today.
Yeah.
And what did you like about her so much?
Our conversations online just seem to have like a really good taste and chemistry to it.
Okay.
And she's just got some really cool interests.
You said that you think your nerves got the best of you.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Well, I hadn't been out for a while, and I tried to go in preparing a little bit.
Like, did you prepare like everything that you were going to say to her?
No. I saw these really nice flowers in the store, and I got them for her.
Okay.
I just thought that she would really like them.
But that doesn't sound like nerves.
Well, I did something else that maybe, I went a little too far, and my nerves got the best of me. I read her a list that I wrote at dinner, and it was a list of 10 things that I really liked about Rachel.
All right, yeah, that's a little cheesy there, man. So before the date, you sat down and wrote out a list of things that you like about her.
Yes, it was things like I really like your smile. It lights up a room, and you have a weird sense of humor like mine.
You know what? Hey, Doug, I never really asked you. How long did you talk to her online? I mean,
we were talking for a couple of weeks.
Okay, because you didn't meet her and then it was the next day you're going out and you already had this list.
No, there was a little bit of.
And a list of 10 things is a long list. What number did you realize maybe I should stop?
I guess maybe around 6.
Did you tell her that you were nervous? Did you just fess up, be like, oh, God, I'm sorry. I haven't done this in a while?
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like that moment when I got to the middle of it where I was like, oh, I'm really nervous. Maybe this wasn't the right idea.
What was her reaction after that?
She got a little quiet, but then, tried to laugh it off, I guess.
Okay.
I did notice as we were leaving the restaurant that she left the flowers, and, there was that weird, awkward moment of, do I go back and get them, or, I don't know, I was kind of nervous.
You should have gone back and got them and then followed her back to her house and delivered. So when you said goodbye to her, did everything seem cool? Did you agree on a second date? Did she seem into it, or...
Well, I walked her to the car, and I got a little peck kiss.
Oh.
And I don't know, it seemed like she didn't have to kiss me for any reason, so I felt like that was a good moment to end on.
Right.
Have you asked her out since?
Yeah, I texted her, very positive things, that I had a great time about the date, and maybe we should go out again soon. And all of the responses that I was getting from her were really short. It was like, sounds good, and then nothing. And I was like, how's your day going? She said, it's okay.
Yeah, that's the worst when you're like, how's your day going? Fine.
Are you...
All right, that sucks. Or when you just get a K back about something. Want to go out sometime? K.
I mean, I didn't think it had gone that bad, but it was my first date in a long time, and I was admittedly nervous, and I know that I can do better.
So you want to call her, get her on the phone, ask her if you did something wrong, and then ask her on a second date.
That's what I would like to do, yeah.
All right. We're going to play a song, come back, see if we can get her on the phone and get your second date, okay?
Okay.
All right, hang on.
Second date update.
I feel like every truly great love story is about two people who normally would never be romantically compatible. But somehow they beat the odds and find happiness together.
Okay.
Like Romeo and Juliet,
Yeah, they're not supposed to be together.
Joker and Harley Quinn,
Okay.
Luke Skywalker and his sister Leia.
Oh, that's not
That's
supposed to
the
happen.
sister problem. It's a little bit troublesome there.
I've seen the director's cut from that film,
I
and
bet you have.
woo!
They
Yeah.
didn't know.
Hot and steamy.
Yeah.
Thank goodness Luke had lost his hand by that point in the
Oh my
series.
God.
I'm
my
just saying,
God.
it was this close to being an X-rated movie.
That's not a lightsaber.
Oh, my God. That is disgusting.
What could have been?
Oh.
But we have another
Oh my God.
against all odds love story.
This is another
Okay.
incest story.
I'm
We're
having
gonna
a hard
find
time.
out. Let's talk to the woman that's on the phone today. Her name is Lizzie. Hey, Lizzie.
Hey.
Oh, Lizzie, are you as disgusted as the rest of us?
Or are you kissing your brother?
That's a lot.
Yeah?
Wow.
So what's your brother like?
Nope, not doing that.
No? Oh, okay. Who is it then that you want us to call today?
So it's this guy I met at work. His name's David.
Uh-oh.
And it's the kind of situation like we would never meet otherwise. I'm a nurse, and he's a security guard.
Oh, okay. That seems
Okay.
fine.
Oh, is
You
he
don't
work at the
normally go for
hospital?
security guards.
Well, it's just that like we never like work the same shifts, and we don't work in the same part of the building. Like we would maybe pass each other or something like that, but it's not like I see him every day.
So
Kind of like the guys here at work. I see him, I'm like, what's up? And that's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, like that kind of thing. And
how'd
so
you meet him?
I have a badge that like gets me into certain areas of the hospital, and it wasn't working. And so my boss was like, go to the security and they'll fix it. So I went to the security area, and he was, reprogramming my badge, whatever, doing stuff on a computer, and we just started talking.
Uh-huh.
And it was great. It was going well, but like I didn't think anything of it because it was just like, oh yeah, he's the security guard. Like he's a nice
Right.
guy.
Yeah, usually
Yeah,
way below your standards for the type of people that you would date.
Well, I was in the middle of a shift. Like I had more pressing things going on.
You're more of a mall cop type girl, right?
I've never labeled myself. I couldn't tell you.
Throwing a segue
my
she can't
God.
resist.
I know.
I don't know. That's kind of cute. I mean, he obviously liked you then, right? He's the one that made the first move?
Yeah, but like after this initial thing, I didn't think much of it. But it was like a few weeks later that my badge started acting up again, and so I had to go see him again. And it was at that time that he asked me out.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So you agreed to go on a date with him.
Yeah. He was like, there's a bar across the street from the hospital. And he was like, yeah, let's go get a drink.
Classic Luke and Leia move right there.
Ew.
That's exactly how Luke got Leia.
This is not her brother, okay?
I'm just saying, it could be hot.
No.
So sorry. Seriously, though, was it hot?
I mean, we were at the bar and we had our drinks and it was going great. He's like, you want to go somewhere else? And I was like, sure. Like, I have nothing better to do. And so we ended up going to this club, and it was
Whoa.
just way too loud. And both of us were pretty much over it about 10 minutes in.
Were you both still in uniform? I picture you both leaving
me too.
leaving
No,
work and you're in
no.
scrubs and
That would be dope. Scrubs and security guard just getting down, twerking like, hey.
at the club. They're like, we didn't know it was theme night.
Yeah.
No. Most of us keep a change of clothes in our car
Makes sense.
just in case.
Okay. So you left the club.
Yeah, we left the club, and then we were going to go somewhere else, so we ended up just chatting in the car and ate Doritos, and we're just laughing, and it was great. It was like a couple hours of just hanging out. So.
Dude, I love that.
You went from first date to married couple in like a matter of 10 minutes. I think it's cute. I think it's very
I
cute.
love it, dude.
So did you end up kissing him?
Yeah, we just once in the car, but there was really nothing more than that. Like, it was just sweet, and then like, bye, I'll see you next weekend.
I wasn't like a
Well, you had Doritos breath. I don't blame you.
Yeah, you go straight for the fingers in that case, not the mouth.
Let me suck on those bad boys.
So gross.
Yeah, we were going to hang out again the next weekend, but then a few days before we were going to hang out, I just hear through the grapevine that he got fired.
Ooh.
And now he's like not returning my calls. He's gone like completely silent, and no one really knows what happened. So I'm like, was it something bad? But if it's not a big deal, like, why isn't he returning my calls?
Well, maybe he's just depressed. I mean, like, getting fired sucks. It just makes you feel bad. And, I mean, he's probably not in the headspace to, like, want to go on a date right now.
I'm going to call the pretty girl I just started talking to and tell her I don't have a job anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
If you had to guess, why do you think it is?
I honestly have no idea. I've been like racking my brain and like asking around, but like I said, we don't work in the same circle, so no one even really knows who he is.
Is there a younger, cuter nurse that maybe started after you that maybe he moved on to?
Well, if that were the case, I'd want to know that too.
Yeah, right.
All right, we're going to play a song, come back, and call David for you and try and get you your second date update. Okay, Lizzie?
Great. Thanks, guys.
All right, hold on. If you're just tuning in for the second date update, one of our listeners named Lizzie is on the phone. And Lizzie likes a man in uniform.
Oh.
Specifically,
She does.
a security guard uniform.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, she does.
Show me that flashlight, bad boy.
Because she recently met a hunky security guard named David who worked at the hospital where Lizzie is a nurse. And I say worked because shortly after their date, David was fired from his job, and now he's not responding to her either. But before we call him, Lizzie, I just want you to know I called ahead to the hospital already.
What?
And I told them who I was, and I just asked, why was David let go?
I'm sure they just tell you. Yeah,
They did.
that's how it works.
They told me that he was stealing body parts out of the hospital transplant freezer.
No way, dude.
So,
Just like a kidney here and there, or whole hearts?
yeah. And I should be clear, he was just borrowing the body parts. He brought them back after he was done. So,
That's even worse.
Lizzie, I think you're good to go.
Yeah, if it's body parts, you can just hang up the phone.
All right. But so you still want us to call him anyway?
Yeah, no, I'm not buying that story.
Okay, we'll
Yeah.
double check with him to see.
Okay, that's
Do not
good,
buy that
Lizzie.
story.
I'm excited for you. I think that this will be awesome for you and like the pick me up that David needs. Like the man just got fired. He's down in the
true.
dumps, To be wanted is what he needs right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel bad for him. We had such a good connection, and I'd really like to actually get to be there for him.
Cool.
Yeah, that's nice.
All right. Well, we're going to call David right now and try and get you your second date update, okay?
Great.
All right. We're going to dial the phone number right now. Here we go.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to David, please?
Yeah, speaking.
Hi, David. My name's Jeffrey, and I work for the morning radio show Brooke and Jeffrey in the Morning.
Okay.
And we'd like to talk to you about your dating life.
Is this some type of joke?
No, this is something called a second date update.
Okay. Who did you say you are?
Good morning.
Let's start over.
I feel like we woke him up.
Yeah. Well, let me explain. We do something on our show called a second date update. That's where if you go out with someone and afterwards they're not calling you back, you can email us and we'll reach out to them for you to try and figure out the reason why.
Oh, boy. Okay.
So there's a woman that wanted us to get a hold of you. And her name is Lizzie. Do you remember Lizzie?
Yeah, I know Lizzie.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah. There's just some personal stuff I'm going through, and it's kind of awkward.
Yeah, well, she told us a little bit about how you guys met and that you guys went out on a date. And she said that she had a really good time with you, but afterwards we heard something happened.
Yeah, I had a job situation happen, and
Yeah, we heard. Sorry, man.
But I think that it's good to know that like Lizzie doesn't care. She feels terrible for whatever. She doesn't really know what happened. She just knows that you're not working at the hospital anymore. But she had a great time with you and felt really connected.
That's great. That makes me feel a lot better. I'm just not sure that she knows that I was fired from the job.
Yeah, I think she knows that you're fired because you haven't been to work.
But that was the rumor, right?
But she just didn't know the reason why. Because afterwards, you're not calling her back. She didn't know if there was a correlation between the two or not.
Oh, well, yeah, there sort of is, and I feel pretty guilty about something.
Guilty?
Something you did at work or something you did to Lizzie?
I don't know what you know. I don't really know what she told you about how we met or anything.
She said her key card stopped working, and that's when she had to go to security and met you to get her card fixed.
Yeah, you're the card guy.
Yeah, so I never thought she would date a security guard.
Okay.
So I did something kind of weird and sneaky. I deactivated her badge so she would have to come see me.
You did?
Way.
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Well, I have access to the badges, and I just deactivated hers, and she just came and saw me, and then I...
It's sneaky, but it's not like you're hurting anyone doing it. It's kind of cute.
Yeah,
Like there's
except for the patient she can't see because her badge is deactivated.
No.
Come on.
Wait, it happened twice. Did you do it twice?
Yeah, I did it a couple times.
You sly dog.
She's like, why is this thing not working?
So wait, so why aren't you calling her back? Because you feel bad on that, or did you do something else?
No, that's why I got fired, because my supervisor found out.
Oh, no.
How many girls' badges are you deactivating in this hospital?
This is the only time I've done this.
Oh, okay.
And the last time.
How'd you get caught?
Well, they saw on the computer that this badge kept being activated and deactivated, and it's during my shift. And,
Oh, man.
yeah.
I'm so sorry, dude. You're just trying to be, like, cute, I guess, or romantic.
Yeah, I'm not sorry that I did it. I'm glad I met her, and I had a really fun time. I'm just weirded out. I don't really know what she's going to think about all this, so that's why I haven't called her back.
Yeah, that'd be a lot. Like, oh, I got fired because of you.
Because of you, even though it was me.
Because I was creeping on you.
Yeah.
Let's find out what Lizzie thinks, David, because she's actually been on the other line listening this entire time, and she wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah, I didn't tell you that. I'm sorry. Lizzie?
Hey.
Hi, Lizzie. Wow.
Wow, David.
So much awkwardness.
I can feel it.
So you heard all of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, first of all, like, I'm so sorry you lost your job. Like, that sucks. But, like, also, we saw each other in the halls and stuff. Like, you could have just talked to me.
Yeah.
I know. I was just intimidated, I guess, and thought, like, all these doctors around, I'm a security guard. I didn't think maybe you'd give me the time of day or anything.
Just so you know, like, I've dated doctors before, and they're often very boring, and all they do is their job, and then they go to sleep, and then they do it again. So, like, there's not really anything to talk about, and they're also often, like, very into themselves.
Those boring doctors saving lives, doing their
Like,
jobs.
just so you know, like, that's not really like, I'm not into doctors really anymore. So.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's good to know.
So wait, Lizzie, what are you feeling right now? Are you mad about what he did? Do you feel deceived?
Well, no, I'm not mad. I feel like that wasn't necessary.
You're saying that was a stupid move on his part, is what you're saying.
I feel like he just kind of made assumptions.
Yeah.
But I'm not angry.
Yeah.
And I also feel bad that he lost his job because of me.
Well, it wasn't really because of you. It's because of his own insecurities, Lizzie, if it makes you feel any better.
Yeah.
It doesn't make him feel better, but...
Well, sorry, David.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have chose to work in a hospital with so many sexy doctors in it, and then David wouldn't feel so insecure.
Yeah, it's not on me. I'm not wearing that.
Yeah, where are you working? In the Grey's Anatomy hospital with Mr. McDreamy and McSteamy there?
Yeah, what is this, ER?
Well, Lizzie, for what it's worth, I wish I had the confidence back then to just approach you and ask you out. And now I've really learned the lesson.
I mean, I can't be mad at you because it's really sweet. Like, that's a really adorable thing to do. I just hate that it lost you your job.
So?
Yeah.
But, like, I do want you to know, honesty is very important to me. So, like, I would really just rather you lay it all out and be completely honest from the get-go.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, then I should probably let you know. Then I was also thinking of dressing up as a doctor to meet you.
What?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Instead of the security badge idea?
Kidding, bro.
No, I'm not kidding, but I never did it, and that's a plus.
Whoa.
Yeah, I guess.
Good.
My options, impersonating her a doctor or not allowing her to enter work.
I think you get arrested, not fired for that.
Yeah.
You could have been Dr. McSneaky.
Super mixed sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, I even bought some scrubs from a Halloween store.
What?
Wow, you were really good.
David.
That's committed.
I can't believe you just didn't steal them from the hospital that you work at. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Well, I'm not a thief.
Okay.
I mean, that's really cute. And, you know, if you want to wear them, I guess that would also be cute as long as I'm aware of what's going on.
Okay.
Hey, look at that. Well, in that case, David, we would love to send you out on another date with Lizzie. We'll pay for it.
I was actually planning to call her anyway, so this is awesome.
You're a liar, David.
Okay. Well, then I feel like maybe in this case I should also ask Lizzie. Lizzie, would you like to go out on a second date with security guard McCreamy?
Still, McCreamy.
Oh, my gosh.
In his little doctor
He
outfit.
was sneaky.
Well, now I'm up in the game to McCreamy.
Oh, God. Yes.
Yes.
Oh
That's
my
a
God.
yes.
Even after that description, I feel like I was all about yes until
Yeah,
Jeffrey.
no, I'm ignoring him, but I would like to see David again, sure.
I don't feel better about
I think I made this happen.
No,
you didn't.
you
Yes,
made a cute story really disturbing.
No, I made it sexy. Congratulations, you two.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, like, any chance we could end this conversation now before this gets, like, way worse?
Well, hold on. I didn't even get to ask David if he's been stealing body parts.
What?
Oh, my gosh.
David, you taking body parts too?
You were going to ruin
No.
All right, that's a happy ending all around.